on this week's cover of the Newfoundland Herald, it's a special Father's Day edition with Newfoundland's own funny man, Mark Critch. In our cover story, we talk to one of Newfoundland's funniest people about life as a dad in the TV spotlight and how his young sons, Jacob and Will, keep him grounded. In entertainment, we preview the upcoming Nickel Independent Film Festival in St. John's. Plus, you could win KISS tickets. It's all in this week's issue of the Newfoundland Herald. On sale now.
Imagine this. Someone driving down the road makes a bad call. And now, you have to call in sick. Who should you call for help? We've got the experience you need. Robotham, Mackay, and Marshall. MakeTheCall.ca.
This is the story of a bucket. Now, buckets are naturally docile, but this bucket, on this day, can't believe. You see, all day long he sat, screaming as loud as a bucket could for someone, anyone, to notice. But no one did. Neglected and lonely, he lashed out.
Are you okay? Help! I need some help.
Hi, this is my family. Oh, and that's our phone. And that's our phone number. That number's been with us forever. Through the good times and sometimes the bad. It's how people recognize us. It's how people find us. We need it to keep in touch. So when we heard we could switch to a Rogers Home phone number, we jumped at the chance. And switched to Rogers Home. We're getting the same quality phone service we already had, but for a low all-in-one monthly price. I can't believe how much we're saving. Plus, installation was free, and by adding Rogers Home Phone, we're saving 15% on all our other Rogers services. Best of all, switching was easy. Rogers took care of all the details. Yes, we made the move to Rogers Home Phone, and our number did too. After all, it already had a good home. Ours.
Make the switch. It's easy. Call the number on the screen or go online to order Rogers Home Phone today.
Off the picket lines and back on the job. Service agents reach a deal with the airline to end the strike.
So today I'm announcing my resignation from Congress.
Quitting Congress, Anthony Weiner resigns. So, will this finally bring an end to the sexting scandal? And picking up the pieces, community pride shines through as Vancouver tries to erase the stains of the riot.
I'll tell you, it just makes you choke up, to see they just are so much care about the city, and they're angry that this happened.
From CTV News, this is Canada AM with Beverly Thompson and Seamus O'Rourke.
Good morning. Well, Vancouver's
nowhere. You think they...
The summer of the superhero keeps rolling in Hollywood. This time it's the Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds plays a daredevil test pilot who's handed a powerful green ring and must now defend the universe against an evil force. Quite a job, really, when you think about it.
It's a huge job.
Our superhuman film Richard Krause is here sporting an oh-so-powerful ring.
I have my Green Lantern ring.
Wow.
It's cool.
And you charged it this morning.
I charged it up this morning. I'm ready to give you a superhuman review.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the Green Lantern, as far as big summer blockbusters go, I guess gets the job done. I know you liked it. We saw it together. You liked it a whole lot more than I did. I'll tell you, my issue with this movie is that I think the wow phase of computer-generated images is over.
Okay.
And this movie, I think, is painted from head to toe with, like we're seeing on the screen here.
Parallax.
Yeah, we're seeing these computer-generated images, and when you see them, you're very aware that what you're seeing is a combination of, binary code and pixels and things. And so I don't think they have any emotional connection with them at all. Like years ago when Jurassic Park, when you first saw that dinosaur, it was really really cool. Now it's kind of, ho, ho, hum, look, you can fly. Ho, hum, Jim Carrey fans with penguins. You know, and you know that it's not real. And I just think that a movie like this could have really benefited from a director like Christopher Nolan, who in his Batman movies doesn't use as much CGI. He uses some, but he does as much stuff, what they call practically, as he can. And I think it makes a huge difference to the connection that you have to the movie. Even Ryan Reynolds, you know, the Lone Ranger mask is CGI. It's computer. Like, why was the costume wrong? Okay.
I think that they wanted to, but you're right.
Yeah.
But the other guy, but I love the guy.
Yeah, Peter Sarsgaard. I mean, there's some cool stuff here. The villain is this big sort of amorphous blob named Parallax who lives in outer space and can actually live off your fear. That's for a villain.
Yeah.
I thought Mark Strong was...
I'm Carolyn Stokes with your news update. There was an armed robbery early this morning on Elizabeth Avenue in St. John's. Just after 2 a.m., the RNC responded to a call at Police say a quantity of cash and cigarettes were taken in the robbery. No word on what kind of weapon was used, but the investigation is continuing. And in labor news, Canada Post employees are still locked out. Yesterday, rural and suburban mail couriers that have a separate collective agreement from their striking colleagues at Canada Post took the picket line all the way to the operations manager's front yard. When they were told they wouldn't be paid, they created a picket line in front of their manager's home in Southland. These workers were told that due to complications at the picket line, managers couldn't access the office. Therefore, they wouldn't receive pay until further notice. But that changed shortly after the group notified the media during the unusual. And the provincial is once again defending its response to Hurricane Igor last fall. At the time, many people wanted to know why it asked for military assistance, and documents released by a community newspaper raised new questions about the issue. Into these Mr. Connors reports.
On September 24th, Prime Minister Stephen Harper and then Premier Danny Williams toured the disaster zone on Random Island. It was 3 days after Hurricane Igor destroyed roads and bridges across much of eastern Newfoundland. And it was here that the pledge of military assistance was finally made.
In the last 36 hours or so, we've been positioning Canadian Forces assets in place to help deal with some of the more serious situations that's required. And the Premier and I have talked, and we expect to almost, well, I guess now, we start to move stuff into place in the next few hours. So.
Even back then, there were questions about why it had taken so long for the province to ask for help. As Canadian forces arrived the next day on the 25th, the province still seemed to downplay its need for help. Now, documents obtained by the Clarenville Pact raise new questions about what happened. In the days after Igor, the federal government felt the province needed help, but provincial officials thought they had everything under control.
And that's your checkpoint. I'm Carolyn Stokes. We will return to Canada AM in just a moment.